In our previous video, I had asked a question about the implementation of 5G in India. If you haven't seen that video, it's not too late. Press the I button to watch that video. But in this video, we will see the working of 5G. This will also help us to find the answer for the question. Without any further ado, let's get into today's topic to see whether 5G can easily be implemented in India. Do watch the video till the end. Before we get into 5G, let's see a quick recap of all the Gs, that is generation. The 1G was used to make wireless calls. Then the 2G helped to send text messages along with calls. The 3G was developed well and helped us not just with calls and messages but also allowed us to access internet. However, the internet was very poor and took lots of time to download or search a particular data. The tables then turned out. It was the time for 4G. The 4G development was fast and advanced with lots of improvements when compared to the other old generations. The 4G let us download a data at good speeds. As discussed in my previous video, all these use the satellites that are available in low Earth orbit (LEO). Similarly, 5G also uses the satellites present in low Earth orbit. When many things are similar to 4G and 5G, why do we need 5G and what are the changes that are done in 5G? All these will be discussed next. The population grows fast along with the technology. The 4G users increased so much that it has reached the limit. Due to this, we can find many issues in 4G. The most common issues are crosstalk. That is, we would have called our friend, but the call gets connected to some random person whom we have never met or heard of. Not just that, even a sudden fall of internet speed for few seconds. Due to this, we go to the next generation and now it's time for the 5G. It is said that 5G will be able to handle 1000 times more traffic and runs 10 times faster internet than 4G. A quick example. When we download an app or a movie that is 1 GB, the 4G network will take minimum of 7 minutes to a maximum of 15 minutes if all the environmental conditions and network speed is good. But considering 5G, it is way faster and will download the same 1 GB app or movie within a minute and will not be even surprising if it takes even seconds. That's the main difference and improvement between 4G and 5G. Now let's see the working. 5G being a new technology, it uses 5 new technological improvements to run successfully. The first one is the millimeter waves. All our gadgets and other electronic components uses a certain set of radio frequency spectrum. Most of the times it will be from 3 kHz to 6 GHz. As there are many electronic gadgets, the frequency band limit is already filled up. This causes a lots of disturbance between the devices that uses the same frequency at the same time, due to which there will be a slower service and dropped connections. So the research team is planning to increase the limit of frequency band in shorter millimeter waves. These waves are from 30 to 300 GHz. As the frequency band increases, the devices can also increase and work without any loss of data or connection. But even this has few down factors. The millimeter waves can be easily absorbed by rains, trees, and further, it cannot penetrate through buildings. This is the first reason that makes 5G implementation difficult in India. India has lots of buildings. Again, it's not just India, but India being a developing country faces many changes each day. New buildings, new houses and many more. Further, the climatic conditions will absorb the millimeter waves. To overcome this issue, we use the second one. This is the small cell. The networks we use today rely on large network cell towers that consumes more power. These towers are used to broadcast the signals over long distance. But if there are trees and buildings in the way of millimeter waves, they get lost. The small cells are low-powered mini base stations. We must use thousands of them to cover an area. This will be very close to one another and will get the signals from the main tower. These are then sent to other small cells that are nearby and finally reach the destination. So with this, we can transmit around the obstacles and improve the amplification each time at each small cell. This can be the other disadvantage to implement in India. India has a large population and will require more small cells. This will cost very large amount of money. The small cells can be fixed on buildings, light posts, etc. When a user comes across, the small cells will automatically switch from one to another. This will improve the performance and reduce the signal losses. The next technology is MIMO, that is multiple input, multiple output. The 4G base station will have many ports of antennas. This will help to handle all cellular traffic. MIMO base stations will support about hundreds of ports. This will increase the today's network by a factor of 22 or more. This again has disadvantages of its own. The base stations we use today send data signals in all directions, but the same cannot be done in MIMO base stations. This is because the signals from MIMO base stations can interrupt at a great extent, and this will lead to mismatch of data and even loss. To overcome this, we use the fourth technology. This is called beamforming. So this helps to send the data to a particular device in a particular direction. It sends the signal only if a device exists and if it requires that particular data. This is achieved by using MIMO base stations. These receives all the signals and tracks the time and direction of their arrival. This then triangulates to see exactly from where the signals are coming and transmits back the required data to that particular direction. To send and receive data at the same time, we use the fifth technology, that is full duplex. Today's antennas can only do one job at a time, that is either transmit or receive the data. This is due to the principle called reciprocity, that is, antenna will use the same frequency to send and receive data. Instead of this, if we make use of two frequencies, then it would be more efficient, out of which one frequency can be used to send and the other can be used to receive data. Researchers are developing silicon transistors to create high-speed switches that does not allow backward roll of these waves. This will help to send and receive data effectively at high speeds. These are the 5 reasons that 5G will be able to operate at high speeds with less loss. These can be used in many applications. IoT, that is Internet of Things, can be improved very much. Automated cars can easily track the directions and the people around to avoid any sort of accidents. It can be also used in medical fields to perform surgeries, that is, by using remote surgery methods. But still 5G has few disadvantages. Its signal radiations are too high for birds and animals. The cost for a complete development of 5G is too high. This will also be one of the reasons that makes difficult for the implementation of 5G in India. I'm not saying that 5G doesn't come to India. 5G will come to India, but it will take very long time for the successful implementation. Further, many of the people will have to change their phones for good connectivity with 5G as the frequency changes. That's it for now. Meet you all in my next video. Thanks for watching this. If you like this video, hit that like button. Do share it with your friends and comment down on what topic we need to speak next. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon to get instant notification for my upcoming videos. Until then, don't forget to think big.